The night is quiet, but your mind is anything but. You lie awake wondering why the small things in life often feel so heavy. The world around you seems enormous, chaotic, and out of control, like a restless sea. You think of the decisions that have piled up, the dreams that have drifted out of reach, and the battles you still need to fight. In that silence, one question lingers. How does a single person, fragile and human, stand against the vastness of life and actually win? Admiral William H. McRaven has an answer, but it is not the answer most expect. Before he commanded SEAL teams, before he led special operations across the globe, he began each day in the most ordinary way imaginable. He made his bed. That simple act, he insists, can change the world, not because bedsheets hold magic, but because the small act of starting right sets the stage for everything that follows. His book, Make Your Bed, is not a list of chores. It is a manifesto forged in the hardest training the US Navy can offer, a series of 10 life lessons drawn from the punishing crucible of SEAL training and the battlefield of reality itself. Imagine the bitter chill of the ocean before dawn. Recruits stand in freezing water, sand clinging to their skin, muscles trembling. Every breath feels like broken glass. McRaven remembers that pain. He remembers the instructors shouting, the endless push-ups, the relentless tests. SEAL training is designed to break people, to strip away ego and comfort until only grit remains. In that place he learned that greatness begins with the smallest victory. When you start by making your bed, you prove to yourself that details matter, that you can create order in chaos. It is a quiet triumph before the day's storms. But the lessons run deeper. McRaven speaks of teamwork, of how no one completes a mission alone. Picture a group of trainees paddling a rubber boat through pounding surf. The wind roars. Waves crash over the sides. Only by pulling in perfect rhythm do they reach the shore. In those moments, individual strength is useless without the unity of the crew. Life is the same. Whether you are building a business, raising a family, or chasing a dream, the people you choose to stand beside you can lift you through storms you could never face alone. Failure, too, is an inevitable companion. In training, when a student falters, he is ordered into the mud or forced to run the dreaded extra laps. The instructors call it sugar cookie punishment. Roll in the sand and stay wet and gritty the rest of the day. There is no way to keep the sand from sticking. The point is clear. You cannot control every outcome. Sometimes you do everything right and still end up cold, wet, and uncomfortable. Life will hand you sand. Your task is to keep moving anyway. One of the most haunting images in McRaven's story is the weekly night swim. Trainees plunge into dark waters, known to be home to sharks. They swim in silence, the Black Sea around them alive with unseen movement. Fear is real. It whispers of danger and death. The lesson is not to pretend fear does not exist, but to confront it head-on. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is action in its presence. He tells of the circus, a brutal extra workout session reserved for those who fail to meet a standard. Most dread it, but those who endure it grow stronger. What begins as punishment becomes an advantage. In life, hardship works the same way. The setbacks that exhaust you today are the very forces that build tomorrow's resilience. Pain refines character more than comfort ever could. There is the story of the brass bell that hangs in the center of the training compound. Ring it and you can quit. No questions asked, no shame. Just walk away and the suffering ends. Many eyes glance at that bell during sleepless nights and endless drills. McRaven never rang it. The bell is temptation, the voice of surrender. Life will always offer you that escape when things grow hard. The choice to keep going when quitting looks easy defines who you become. His lessons stretch beyond the military. They touch the heart of anyone fighting through a difficult world. Stand tall in the face of bullies. Give people hope. Be your best in your darkest moment. These are not platitudes. They are hard truths learned when lives depended on them. In war zones and disaster areas, McRaven saw ordinary individuals display extraordinary bravery. A single act of hope can ripple outward and change countless lives. As you journey through the pages of his book, you sense the deeper rhythm beneath each story. Order in small things creates stability in great things. Teams win where lone heroes fall. Failure is not the end, but the forge. Fear is a signal to move forward, not back. Discipline is freedom. And perhaps most powerful of all, one determined person can indeed change the world, one deliberate choice at a time. Imagine starting tomorrow with the quiet confidence that you have already claimed a victory before breakfast. Your bed is made, your mind is steady, you have faced the day's first task and conquered it. That victory whispers to you as the hours unfold. If you can do the small things, you can do the big ones. You can write the book, start the business, heal the relationship, climb the mountain. The habit is simple, but its echo is infinite. McRaven's words are not about perfection. They are about persistence. He reminds us that life will knock you down again and again. The measure of a person is how often they stand back up, even when the water is cold, even when the sand sticks, even when the sharks circle, especially then. So tonight, when you feel the weight of the world pressing in, remember the image of a young SEAL trainee tightening his bedsheets in the grey light of dawn. He does it not because it is easy, but because it is right. Because it proves that he is master of the small things and therefore ready for the large. That is where transformation begins. If you want to change your life, start tomorrow with a simple challenge. Make your bed, do it with care. Let it remind you that the path to greatness hides in ordinary habits. Stand up when you are knocked down. Find allies who will paddle beside you. Embrace the pain that builds strength. Face the sharks. Refuse the bell. And when you have finished listening to this story, do not let it remain a story. Take it into the quiet of your own room. Feel the fabric under your hands as you straighten it. Begin. Your next victory is waiting, one small task at a time.